guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? Ancap24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to run out of spread and how it's a very big headache when you're playing somebody who's using the meta for them to stop you. Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification to make sure that you never miss any of our uploads. So, meta I'm talking about is 3-3-5 wide, and I want to talk about why spread is such a headache, because you can depict basically where the nickel corner is going to go when they run auto flip on. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go 3-3-5 wide. Before I do it, I'm going to show you coaching adjustments. I do not have auto flip on, and what I'm going to do here is just call this play. And what you're going to notice is that when I do this, I got 4 wide receivers out there. And what you'll notice here is that the nickel corner is on the left-hand side. Okay, let's talk about this. He's on the left-hand side. We're good to go, right? Now, what if I run this with auto flip on, right? So I go here, toggle this over, and I got auto flip on. Let's do the same thing. And what you're going to notice here is that the nickel corner is going to be on the right side, okay? I want to make sure that we talk about this because this is important, okay? Now the nickel corner is on the right side. What you would expect, you flipped it, you know, he's going to go to the running back side because he's got, you know, there's 3 players over there. That's the strong side per se, you know, but that's where he's going to go, right? Okay, let's get at this. Now, a trick with spread, if you change the personnel, like I mentioned here, we have 4 wide receivers in there. We changed the personnel to where there's now a tight end in the slot. That changes the logic of where people will line up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go call quick base. And remember, I have auto flip on right now, right? And when auto flip was on, they went to the right side. When auto flip was off, they went to the left. What if I tell you that every single time that auto flip is on, that they're going to go to the left every time, right? He's on the left now, right? So kind of a big deal. The reason why is that we can predictably know where the nickel corner is going to be, even if I flip the play, right? So if I flip this play and I go ahead, the tight end is going to stay on the right side. And when they go ahead and do this play, they're going to have the nickel corner on the left, right? Here he is. So want to make sure that you understand this, because this is really why this concept really works and why we can really have some fun with attacking the open end of 3-3-5 wide, right? So most players are going to do is they're going to slide their line towards the basically away from the running back. And they're going to, you know, slant, you know, to that side. They're going to do something to where they're going to do something like this, where they're, you know, putting the double Mabels out there, something like that, and they're going to use this player, right? I want to take him off of there just because I want to make sure that that guy actually makes a play. Now, what you're going to see here is that you've got nobody over the tight end, which is a really nice opportunity to where he can go second level to get to the safety. Obviously, you've got inside leverage with the B because Mike Blitz 3 is actually a cover 2 alignment, so they're always the outside, so you can know that you have that ability to kind of have that inside on the B receiver. And the last thing we're going to do is we can move either the X or the Y over. Now remember, this is going to be something that you're going to be able to pass out of, and people are going to worry about the passing game a lot. So when you do a lot of motion, you do motion slants, all that, they're not going to 100% know that this is going to be a run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by just moving the outside guy. And what we can do is we can go ahead and hike this as he passes this player, get him to lock that player up. And you're going to see here that you're going to have a good amount of running space hat on a hat. I want to make sure that we're just talking about it. Obviously, I don't have the right personnel in there, but if you really wanted to run this, you're going to have some run blocking wide receivers against it. 19 is going to be a one-on-one with this guy. Obviously, he got, you know, insta shed. If that doesn't happen, we're out to the races. We've got a tight end on a safety, which is a nice thing for us. We kicked out the block with the 84 here, and we've got a pulling guard in 75 that's going to help us with that user. Right? Now you're going to see how this is all open a lot of the time, right? If we don't get this missed block by our outside receiver, then, you know, we're getting out to the races. But even if we do, we have a good 5 yards of green grass before anybody gets us. Okay, so let's try this again here. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to move this guy over. But let's just make sure that we do this. And I want to show you the movement of the defense when you see this, right? When this happens, you're going to see that this player here is going to pinch in, and so is the nickel corner, right? When they do that. So let's go ahead and just make this sure that we get this out of the way. Watch the player on the right. When we move any of these players, he's going to pinch in. Once he pinches in, it gives us a nice opportunity to kind of seal him off a little bit easier. And you can see how, again, we're going to get a lot of yards on this, right? Obviously, I wasn't trying to make any moves. I was just trying to get upfield and get our yards. But we start at the 30, and you're going to see that we've got all this green grass in front of us, which is going to be a really nice opportunity to run this, right? I don't really get anybody until to hit me. Let's say the 20, right? Obviously, I cut that up, but you're going to get 10 yards pretty free, 15 yards after I kind of fall forward, right? So kind of a nice thing to be able to do. Now, knowing that they're on the left, what we can also do, say I flip this, right? They're going to stay on the left. Now what you're going to see is you're going to see people that are going to go left with this, which makes sense, right? And then they're going to slant left, right? And then let's just put these guys in zones, right? Something like this. And what you're going to see here is that, let me go ahead. We've got the ability to now use halfback counter, okay? Why halfback counter? Is that they're shifting towards this. They're worried about the run. They're worried about, you know, you running base all over them. Now we're going to predictably be able to use halfback counter to the right, right? So what they're going to try to do, and in this one, you don't even have to, you know, motion anybody. You just kind of run the play. And you can see is that you've got that ability to kind of use those holes, right? Sometimes you can bust it outside, sometimes you can bust it in, but I want to make sure that I show it to you again. If you want to, here we go, with the halfback counter here, they're going to shift their line to the left to make sure that they take away base. Now, if you wanted to, like I said, you can do the same type of motion and we can go ahead and attack to the right. Actually, I can't do it when it's flipped that way. I got to do the other guy. So we'll do this here. Move this guy over, and you can see how this guy's going to go over here. And what you noticed is that the guy followed him, the nickel corner. And I'll show you this on instant replay, but we hike it before that nickel corner goes anywhere. So watch this, how this would work, right? So we flip the play. Now watch how this nickel corner is trying to get over there, but because we go ahead and hike it, now he stops in the middle of the field and he kind of just doesn't know where to react. You can see how this counter is going to be really, really nice against this defense, right? Now, the last thing I like to do, and just want to kind of do like a 3-way type of mini play, is actually use this RPO zone peak, right? So I'm going to flip the play. I'm going to show you why. When people are looking at this, what they're doing is they're moving these guys to the left. They're moving this guy, you know, they're doing these type of zones, right? And if they think that you're going to be doing this, they're rushing with their user down to left-hand side, right? Well, there's no nickel corner above the RB. This is a play in which Deuce Close goes over in his game plan on our website when it comes to his Browns offense. He loves this play. And this is a play, guess, you just go ahead, you just throw it right there, and you got some easy yards. What it's going to do more than anything, it's going to take the aggression away from the user, right? And the reason why we want to do that is that we don't want the user to have to basically feel like he's got an ability to go ahead and come downhill every time, right? So this play here is going to give them that ability to say, okay, not only do I have to worry about the base, not only do I have to worry about the halfback counter, now I've got to worry about this RPO. So if they were to come down and say, you know what, I want to try to blow up, maybe they have good base defense, they want to blow it up. Now you've got that easy pitch and catch. He throws it underneath that player and you're in good shape, right? So I want to make sure you kind of see how this all works together. Forget even trying to throw passes in here. You know, if I'm doing passes, I'm going to look at some of these plays like this this A route here, knowing that we're in a cover 3 alignment, knowing that this guy is the nickel corner, which means this guy's got to come down, right? If he comes down, we're going to be able to hit that seam, right? So that's kind of one of those deals where I want to make sure that you understand that, you know, knowing what your defense is in is going to open up different things. They're in something like this, what you're going to notice is that the seam is going to be open, right? So now that they're worried about everything else, now you're going to see that you're going to be able to throw that seam right into that middle and catch the ball. So what you're doing is you're just putting so many threats on the field to where the user has to worry about, do I have to worry about that guy coming across on the RPO? Do I have to worry about the seam route? Do I have to worry about the halfback counter? Do I have to worry about the base? And that's how you develop a scheme, right? Something to where you show everything. But the way schemes work is they have to be successful. And this run play really opens up the ability to be successful because you're running against numbers each time. Once you start adding that same motion when it comes to pass plays, now you've kind of opened everything up. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you here, how a spread formation, and these are all over the place. I'm in the run and shoot offense when I'm doing it right now, but this spread's in the Bucs playbook. It's in, and you can do really any spread. Spread is just one of those things that's, just do a 2x2, make sure you got a tight end in the slot, and you're going to be able to kind of depict what you want. Not a lot of people like to play the spread because they feel like they can get quick snap. They feel like their compressed defenses are vulnerable to those seam routes, and that's why I love playing spread and empty, because you do have that ability. But you add a run like this, and really make it to where it's a run first offense and everything stems off the run. It can be very deadly. So I wanted to kind of bring in this video, kind of get your mind expanded. I'm sure that next year's game is probably going to be very similar in the logic to where the nickel corner will line up in this type of alignment, and something to kind of build around. So I appreciate it, guys. If you guys got anything out of this, make sure that you hit that like button. It does help our channel. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. It really does help support our channel, and makes it possible for us to do these videos. Thanks, and have a great day.